All right, y'all. So by now, y'all done seen or heard that Mike Tyson says he wants to fight with Tyson Fury. You know, same Tyson Fury that done ran off on Deontay Wilder, and you know, people wondering if he's gonna retire, if he's even gonna take the fight in October or whatever. But anyway, that Tyson Fury. So you know what that tells me is Mike Tyson has absolutely no respect for Tyson Fury as the so-called heavyweight champion of the world. If you think about it, Mike Tyson hasn't had a meaningful fight in almost 20 years, maybe longer. Other than his exhibition bout against against Roy Jones Jr. But you had the whole Klitschko reign, where both Klitschko's reigned supreme at the heavyweight division. Anytime Mike Tyson was ever asked about those guys, Mike he never even said that in his prime he felt like he could beat those guys. Not to say that he couldn't, you know, sometimes Mike's a little modest, but the point is that Mike never once threatened to come out of retirement and try to fight one of the Klitschko brothers. In fact, when Mike lost to Danny Williams, he was actually supposed to be fighting Vitaly, and then he lost in basically a tune-up fight to Danny Williams, and then Klitschko ended up beating Danny Williams. Vitaly ended up beating Danny Williams. But my point is that if Mike Tyson viewed Tyson Fury as some sort of, you know, legit heavyweight champion, some kind of legit threat, like people try to anoint him to be, like he's just head and shoulders over the division and some great that he's not, Mike Tyson wouldn't be talking like that. I genuinely believe that Mike Tyson really does think he has a chance at beating Tyson Fury. He considered that. Okay, you think about when it was AJ and Wilder sitting atop the heavyweight division, you never heard Mike Tyson talking about coming out of retirement fighting nobody. Granted, you know what I'm saying, you know, those guys are both considered, you know, legitimate heavy punchers. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, that bug wasn't there for Mike Tyson to want to come out and talk about taking a shot at the heavyweight crown. So that, like I said, that tells me that Mike Tyson looks at Tyson Fury just like a lot of us do, as some big dude that has some boxing skills, that's awkward, you know what I'm saying, that knows how to use his size and lays on you, this, that, and the other, but he's not some world beater. You know what I'm saying? And if for those of you who feel that I'm completely off my rocker by saying this, I mean, you can look at the guys who are giving Tyson Fury fits, and a lot of them have done nothing else in the heavyweight division other than give Tyson Fury a hard time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to rattle off the names. You do the due diligence. But you just look at Tyson Fury's resume and look at some of these guys that he beat, and you'll see what I'm talking about. If you go back and actually look at some of the fights, some of these TKO stoppages and some of these decisions, go back and look at, you know, look at just some of the fight, not even the whole fight. Just look at some of it and you'll see. You can go back and look. I'll say you can look at the Otto Wallen fight, you know. But I'm going to leave it at that. Once again, like I said, Mike Tyson does not respect Tyson Fury as some legit world-class threat of a heavyweight champion. D-Lo 404 Boxing, I'm out.